November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Florida Florida, standing by. Hotel Alpha Zero again. Okay, Hotel Alpha Zero, Juliet Alpha, I think it is. Go ahead, nice to meet you. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. Go ahead, over. Yeah, okay, Hotel Alpha, is it 0 Juliet Alpha? Is your call correct? I have Hotel Alpha 0 Juliet Alpha, is that correct? I'm sorry, you're very low signal, so I'm having you very close to my ground floor noise. It's very, very hard to copy. Hotel Alpha 0, and then I have Juliet Alpha. I'm not sure if the 0 is correct, because that sounds a little bit weird. But please, one more time. I'm going to try to pull you out one more time. Go ahead. Okay, Hotel Alpha 0, Sierra Alpha. Hotel Alpha 0, Sierra Alpha. Is this Sabi? There in Hungary. Sabi, nice to meet you. I'm sorry, mate. You're very close to my ground floor noise. Nice to meet you for the first time. The name here is Kurt, Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango. My name is Kurt, Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango. Back to you, over. Yeah, okay, Sabi, okay. Can you tell me what is your power, Sabi, over? Sabi, what is your power? What is your power?
Yes, my power is
Yeah, okay, 100 whiskey, okay, yeah, because you're pretty weak, so I'm surprised. Normally, maybe you're in a low position, so yeah, I'm not sure what's the reason, but normally I have stronger signals there, Sabi. Okay, thank you very much. I'm really appreciate to come back. I'm actually doing a live stream as well. You can check my live stream on internet, and you can evaluate yourself how you're sounding in Belgium. Thanks a lot for the call. Köszönöm, Hotel Alpha 0 Sierra Alpha from Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, over. 73s, have a nice day. This is Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. We're standing by.
Echo India 2, Japan Echo Boston.
Echo India 2, Japan Boston. Hi, how you doing? John, this is Kurt, Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango. Kurt is the name, and the QTH is close to Brussels. I'm about 15 miles or 20 kilometers south of Brussels. Go ahead, John. Echo India 2, Japan Bravo, Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, over.
Yeah, okay, Kurt. Very nice to meet you again this evening, but you're missing a letter. The call sign is Echo India 2, Juliet Echo Bravo, and the name here is Martin. Beautiful signal, Kurt. You are 10 dB over S9 into Wexford here on the southeast coast, QSL.
Yeah, QSL, thank you very much, Martin. I get you in there in the log, and was just checking the status of the call, and we had 2 QSOs before, so we had to do so in 2023 2 times. shortly one after the other. I haven't been on 80 meter for a while, so it's been a long time. I haven't been active here, and yeah, there's a lot going on the upper section of the HF band with the propagation cycle at its peak. So I stick to be a little bit more over there. I hope everything is okay with you. You're also coming in here with a 5 and 8, 5 and 9 report without a problem. And yeah, you're sounding great. I'm doing a live stream as we speak, so you can listen. Working great. And I hope everything is okay with you. It's been almost a year, mate, to the date, actually. So today's the 18th. The first time we had contact was on the 13th of the 11th, 2023. So it's 1 year and a few days that we had the first contact together, Martin. Back to you there, Martin. Echo India 2, Juliet Echo Bravo. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, over.
Yeah, Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot from Echo India 2, Juliet Echo Bravo returning. Yeah, sorry, Kurt, I missed our first anniversary. If we were a couple, I'd be in big trouble to take more than a bunch of flowers. But no, you're sounding fantastic, Kurt. I just had a quick look on your QRZ page, and I see that you are a happy owner of a 2-element cubical quad, just like myself, over.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm stuck on the upper section of the band there, John. Sorry, Martin. So I always stick around the 10, 15, 20 meter, or even 17 and 12. So I'm just mostly active around these different bands. 40 meter has been it's been a while. I have a dipole, sloping down dipole for 40, and another one for 80. And yeah, it's been a little bit while that I haven't been active. But yeah, there you are, just running off the in sloping dipole that is not very high, and I got about more or less about 250 watts at the moment on the antenna. So if the signal is weakening, I can, go up in the power, but I think 250 is enough for this time of the day here on 80. Yeah, I'm. What are you running over there, mate? I'm just wondering, what's your radio and what's the power? Here, what you can see on the QRZ page, I'm using the Hermes Lite 2 with an FDUS microphone and my OM Power 2000 Plus giving me the power, and the antenna is the sloping down dipole there, mate. So that's the toys of joy over here there, Martin. Back to you. Echo India 2, Juliet Echo Bravo from Oscar November 7, Oscar Florida, over.
Yeah, Oscar November 7, Oscar Florida from Echo India 2. Japan Echo Boston. Yeah, just looking at the QRZ, and the first time, or one of the last times that we spoke.
How you doing, Andy?
I think you were just after getting into the Hermes Light, and I think Nigel could have been on EI8ITB, and maybe John ON8EI, and I think you were in the process of just setting up some audio profiles. Well, you have it sounding absolutely fantastic there now. That little box does a fantastic job. I'm always in awe of them when I hear them on the air. They do certainly punch way above their weight. So, yeah, congratulations on that one. Kurt. Yeah, running here, the FPDX 5000. Just running radio power at the moment, 200 watts out approximately, into a half-wave end-fed up at about maybe 10 meters off the ground, running north-south. So should be firing in your direction pretty okay. And using some outboard equipment, if you go onto my QRZ page, you'll see that I have changed from the kind of normal setup of what they call ESSB and Voodoo equipment. I'm running now totally broadcast certified equipment in the Symmetrix preamp and then the BW broadcast Encore, which is a multi-banded processor with AGC, the limiters and clippers there in the final. So that's what we're running on this side, Kurt. Oscar November 7, Oscar Florida, EI2 JEB.
Yeah, Echo India 2, Juliet Echo Bravo, ON7 OFF. Yeah, John, he was, of course, a big main factor to get into the Hermes Light. And another reason was because I wanted to have something very lightweight and very small footprint that I could eventually use with the operation that I would do in Thailand. So I wanted to investigate first before I was going to move to Thailand and buy another one. And it ended up to be my main driving radio. So it's my main driver as far as my radio is concerned these days. So the HL2, I still have my TS480, but I don't turn it on anymore. I'm just using the Hermes Light. I do see your 2-element cubicle quad, so you are actually having the same kind of setup that I have roughly as far as the antenna is concerned. And I can also see that yours has also a single feed point for all the bands. It's the same on my end. The one that I have is made by GB Antennas from the Netherlands. I was able to purchase that one from another amateur radio friend that was going to QSY QTH, so he was going to move to another location, and he was not going to be able to set up an antenna. So he told me, you know, I'm searching someone who wants to buy the entire setup, so the tower, the rotor, the antenna, and everything. And I said, I'm there. I want to buy it. So, and he had a couple of other amateurs, but they were a little bit older than me. And he said, yeah, I prefer to give it to a younger blood because I want to have young blood in the hobby. And I'm 52, but yeah, apparently the other guys were much older than me who wanted to buy the antenna. So yeah, that's the story on my end. But they are fantastic antennas. You cannot believe I've got one. I think I have 2 videos on my YouTube channel where I actually establish a contact with different stations with only 200 milliwatts or 100 milliwatts. And I was able to make the contact with only 100 milliwatts on the antenna. So that's a prestigious you know, thing that you can achieve with these antennas. It's absolutely insane. There you are, Martin. But yeah, ITB helped me as well. I had some issues with the audio. It was a steep learning curve, but I think I figured everything out. The only thing I'm not sure about, I haven't used 80 meter for maybe like 8 months, maybe 10 months. I'm not sure. And I know that when I turn on my Micro PA50, which is the preamplifier for my big amplifier, it sounded a little bit sketchy because the sound was, I don't know, that's what they told me. I'm not sure if it's still the case. I haven't turned it on, but yeah, I will give it a try later on. Back to you, Martin. Echo India 2, Juliet Echo Bravo from Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, over.
Yeah, Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, EI2 JEB returning. Well, that was a nice find on the quad and the tower rotator. Yes, shopping it all in one place, and that's the job now. Congratulations on that one, Kurt. Mine is from Spain, from the company Big Signal. This is my second quad. I was on the radio a good few years ago. About 20 years ago, I gave up the hobby for a while. You know, the family things and but I had the cubicle quad from the American company Lightning Bolt, and same design, five bands on the 1 feed point, and that was the best antenna that I had up to that date. So I said if I ever put up the tower again, well, it would be a cubicle quad that would go up on it. So there you go. The circle has come right around. and we now have this one up. Only about, I suppose, what, about
Hey Andy, I'm
3-4
using
months
the
it's only up. So,
sloping
enjoy
down
it.
dipole, mate.
The only thing, as you
How you
probably
doing, Robert?
know
How you doing?
yourself, or have found out, being fed from the one point, it does kind of mitigate the front-to-back ratio a little bit, whereas an individual fed would, the front-to-back will be far, far stronger, but the forward gain is not affected in any sense of the word. So if you point it at someone and you apply a little bit of power, guaranteed they will hear you. Guaranteed. And the number or the country number count is going up every day we come on the radio. So they're fantastic. No, well, you said that you might have a problem on 80 with your amp. No problem at the moment. Your signal is crystal clean. Some nice bottom end in it, but good articulation. So you have it set up very nicely there, Kurt. Right, I'm going to make this my final. I'm just after getting a call from the XYF. He needs me to attend some meeting. It's probably junior up related. So we better go and look after that. I'll say 73s again and hopefully it won't be another year, Kurt. And we'll get to chatting to you again. I'd like to chat more about the course. They are fantastic antenna, no doubt. And to our Tony, M0 VDO, he got a really good quad not long after I getting this one. So he got his from Spain also. So enjoying it too. He's putting out a good signal there with the kilowatts that the UK has. So 73, and thank you very much for an enjoyable QSO down on 80. Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, EI2JB. Bye-bye.
Yeah, QSL. I didn't know that VDO was now also using a quad antenna 2-element. And believe it or not, but I had a very long conversation with him when I was in the secondary home QTH in Thailand, and he was coming in with a cracking signal, mate, when I was talking with him. So now I understand what was going on. So for sure. Okay, have a great evening there, Martin. It's been a pleasure to hear you after a year of being silent. You have a great Christmas season coming up and New Year, and hopefully we can talk to you somewhere also from the other side of the world, from Thailand. Maybe we will able to meet you from there as well on the bands. Echo India 2, Juliet Echo Bravo from Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot. God bless you, mate. 73.
Yeah, you too, Kurt. Great to catch on there, and that's Tony's secret weapon now that he didn't tell you about. You can get on to him the next time you speak to him that he didn't warn you. Best 73s, and you also have a great Christmas season, and we'll look forward to plenty more in the new year. So ON7 OFF CI2JB signing. Bye bye, Kurt.
73s, mate, please to make the contact. God bless you, stay safe. I have also Echo India 3 Golf Romeo Bravo. It's not Golf Echo Bravo, it's Golf Romeo Bravo. Go ahead there, Robert. Nice to meet you, mate.
Yeah, okay, Kurt. Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox from Echo India 3 Golf Romeo Bravo. The handler is Bob Bravo Oscar Bravo from the radio there, Kurt. And nice to work you again, as they have listened to you many times. I also commented there when you were on, I think, 17 meters last night. I commented on your live stream. You were working Chris and the USA game on CDF. But 5-9 goes just a little bit of QSP the last couple of minutes there, Kurt. No copy, Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox. Echo India 3 Golf Romeo Bravo.
Yeah, QSL, Bob, no problem there. Echo India 3 Golf Romeo Bravo from Oscar November 7 Oscar Fox. Yeah, fantastic. And I'm just looking at your QRZ page. That picture of the aurora. Did you make this aurora picture, or is it somewhere I guess it's your picture, Ova.
Just north of me. I didn't take it first. A friend of mine took it. He took it at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's on the River Shannon. Just north of Kilo, Kilo India, Lima Alpha, Lima Oscar Echo, my local town. I got some from here, but not as good as I think he took that about 3 o'clock in the morning. But it's just 5 or 6 miles from Lincoln. Over.
Yeah, okay, QSL. Yeah, I wasn't here when it happened. Apparently, they also saw it in Belgium, but that was the moment in October. I was in Thailand, so I missed that one. But what I didn't miss was the propagation that came with it. It was just absolutely insane. I had North America coming through, I had Europe coming through, all at the same time. So, and all the signals were all deformed, so you could hear the aurora effect in the audio of people's signals. So it was quite an interesting and intriguing experience when you are in the on the equator. And you beam up north and you get the entire world coming in. So no problem, Bob. Yeah, I hope everything is okay. It's been a while I've been here on 80, and I know we've had contact before. I'm just checking when we had the contact. It was apparently in May on 15 meters. So it's a new band for us, Bob. So great to hear you here as well. Yeah, it's been a long time I've been here on 80 meters, and it's been a very long time I've made a live stream while I was on 80 meters. So I should come down here a little bit more often. But the bands up there on 2015, they're a little bit in not a good shape. It's been like this for a week and a half, I think now. So I guess we'll have to be patient and pray the gods to polish the ionosphere a little bit for us. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, back to you there, Bob. Echo India 3, Golf Romeo Bravo from Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot.
Coffee. Yeah, it's quite unusual for us to get a more signal here at my QTH with Ireland. I suppose this won't happen again for many, many years. But it was quite spectacular. I got some very good pictures even with the mobile phone. With a lot of people into photography, etc. They got some fantastic pictures of them on Facebook. And I remember our QSO, and I exchanged emails with you after our previous QSO. Thank you very much for that. You gave me a lot of help in setting up the profile on the Hermes Right, and I follow all your videos there. I just got notification on my mobile phone that you had started the live stream, and I hesitated to coming back to the shack this evening, but I didn't think there would be propagation into EI from your QTH so early. I thought it would be possibly maybe 1 or 2 hours later, but I was very, very surprised when I saw you coming in so strong. The nurses was also very strong with me. So, as you say, maybe something to look forward to for the winter months there. Okay, of course, the pleasure was mine. I'm using one of your audio profiles here at the moment. I use a couple. I use a narrow one partying with the airways, right? I just have about 100 whiskey into a Douglas and on this so I won't hold it there. I heard someone showing with your signal. I'm sure there are many stations who would like to say hello to you, so I'll have to thank you there for any comments. Oscar November 7, Oscar Papa, Echo India 3, call Romeo Bravo.
Yeah, QSL, thanks. Yeah, I hope the audio profile is working fine. What is the microphone you're using at the moment there, Bob? I'm just curious if you're using also the FUs or you're using another microphone, over?
Yeah, I think the microphone is just a cheap PC microphone. I think this is GMX or something. And the amplifier is an Neptune 100 whiskey there from Paul in the UK and 60 euros. Delta Bravo mic. And the microphone is just an ordinary PC gaming mic for right?
Okay, yeah, QSL. Okay, I was just wondering because yeah, I'm using and I'm promoting the FUs because I know it's working fine. So it's a good microphone. It's pretty inexpensive, and I've tried everything I have possible settings with this microphone, and the one that I'm currently using, I think, is the best. I'm about 3.6K wide at the moment. I'm not 4K wide because there's a lot of traffic, and I'm just 3.6. So. But yeah, it's great. Sorry, on my end, as you can see from the live stream, the QRM level is quite high. I'm just checking if I can maybe purchase a I/O board for the Hermes, but I'm not sure if I can use it together with the companion board. I have the companion board installed, and if you actually add the companion board into the Hermes, you need to unsolder. I think it's a capacitor, and I didn't keep that capacitor, so I unsoldered it, and I'm not sure if you can actually use the I/O board that is sold on the MakerFabs website, if I can also use it together with the companion board. If I can, I have opened the question in one of the forums and see what people say, but if it's possible, that will open the door to use diversity and try to actually filter out the ground floor noise QRM that I have. And if I do so, if I can eventually filter it out with the diversity, I'll certainly document it in a separate video on the YouTube channel. So I think it might be a very interesting concept of being able to filter out the ground floor noise. I've never figured out where the ground floor noise comes here in the shack. I've disconnected and even took down the electricity. The main breaker of the electricity of the house, running everything off batteries, and I still have that kind of a 50 hertz, some kind of a 50 hertz of QRM that I have here on 80, and I think it must be coming from another source. Maybe it's just from the electricity grid or something like that, but it's not coming from anything into the house there. Okay, I'll let you go. 73s there, Mr. Bob. It's been a great pleasure to hear you, and I hope we can do it again in the near future. Echo India 3, Golf Romeo Bravo. This is Oscar, November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. God bless you, stay safe, and happy holidays in case we don't hear each other before New Year. 73's mate, over.
Roger, course, fine. Yeah, I'm just using very briefly a different profile now. I don't know if you know any difference. This is the one I usually use for DX. As I say, I only have 150, so I have to make the most of what I got anyway. Many thanks, of course. The pleasure was mine. I don't have the companion board here. But I just have the ordinary physical and everything is fine. I don't get much November at this QTH. I am out in the countryside, so it's fairly quite settling there. Many thanks, many happy returns to you, happy holidays. I hope we meet again before then, if not, certainly meet soon again anyway, now the conditions are good. Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, Echo India 3, Golf Radio Mohammed here. Good night, Corp. Thank you.
Yeah, good night, 73's mate. Talk to you soon again. Echo India 3, Golf Romeo Bravo, ON7 OFF clear. Bye-bye. Mike 7, Mike Charlie, Quebec, I think it is. Good evening. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. How are you doing, Tom? We had contact before last year in March, so there we are. It's been a year and a half since last time we heard each other. Go ahead, Tover.
Yeah, Roger that. So coming back to you, I wasn't sure if you'd hear me. I'm just using
QRM level is high. Yeah, QSL, Tom. I'm not sure if you stopped talking. I hope I'm not doubling with you. Mike 7, Mike Charlie, Quebec. Yeah, I have a very high ground floor noise here, so the QRM level is very high, and you're very close to my ground floor noise. But I'll log you down here in my logbook, but I hope everything is okay there, Tom. So sorry if I doubled with you. I'm not sure if you stopped talking, but the QRM level is very high. I'm doing a live stream. You can have a look at it, and you will see I got a very steady signal 8 of ground floor noise, and no idea where it comes from. So it is quite, how could I say, it's quite uncomfortable. Back to you there, Mike 7, Mike Charlie X-Ray from Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot.
yeah, 97 you are 5 and 5 with me. 5 and 5.
Yeah, QSL on the 5 and 5. I get you 5 and 8. 5 and 8, but my ground floor noise is a signal 7.5. So that's the issue I'm facing here, and I'm coming to you with about 250 watts on the antenna as we speak there, Tom. Okay, Tom, I'll cut you loose. Thank you so much giving me a shout. I really appreciate, and you can review the QSO on the live stream there, mate. 73's Mike 7, Mike Charlie, Quebec. This is Oscar November number 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. Over. Okay. QRZ, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. QRZ.
Mike 0, Oscar Victor Kilo.
Yeah, Mike 0, make your call. Good evening.
Thank you. Good evening. Mike 0, Oscar Victor Kilo. Ocean Victoria Kilowatt. You're 59.5. Over.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mark. They're in Scotland. Thanks for coming back to the call. This is Kurt, Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango, KURT, and the QTH is Brussels in Belgium. You're 5 and 9 here, 59 there, Mark, Scotland. The call sign here is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. So ON7 OFF. It just writes down like an on-off switch. Very good to hear you, mate. Yeah, propagation is not very, very strong, but maybe it might just open up a little bit later tonight. I'm not sure. I haven't been on 80 meters to get the full experience because I've been stuck on the upper section of the HF band. Back to you, Mark. Mike 0, Oscar Victor Kilowatt. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. Over.
Okay, thank you. Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot. Mike 0, Oscar Victor Kilo. Thank you very much, sir. Very nice, sir. Quite good at the moment. We're still 591. Cut, did you say you were live streaming on YouTube, over?
Yeah, you can go to my QRZ page, and you can eventually just click on the first link that you can find there, and it will start the live stream. Or another option would be just going to the YouTube search engine and search for my call sign, and then you will be able to also go to there. So it will be on there. So yeah, it's I'm doing this. It's been a while. I've done it here on 80 meters. So I think it's been maybe like 8 months or maybe even longer that I've done anything about this. But yeah, there you are, mate. So fantastic to hear you for the first time, Mark. I'm not sure if you've been long on the radio, but maybe you're only on 80 meters. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm cruising around. I'm going on all the different bands that we are allowed to go on the HF band. Back to you there, Mark. Mike 0, Oscar Victor Kilo from Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot.
Okay, come there, Oscar November 7, go ahead, Beth. From NN0 OBK. Scott's been off the radio for about 15 years, not much activity, 15 years, but we're back on the radio, so Scott, do you have a time? What is my time for YouTube?
Can you repeat your question, Mark? Over.
If I go to the YouTube cut, what is my time? What is my time for my contact cut over?
I didn't get it, so I have some QRM. Can you please repeat one more time? I'm sorry.
Okay, sir. If I go to YouTube, what is my time? 1 hour 30 minutes, 40 minutes. What is my time for YouTube, over?
You can, if you want to go to my YouTube channel, you just go to search my call sign, okay? Just search my call sign on the YouTube search engine. And in the search results, you will see the live stream, okay? Or another way is just going to the QRZ page. Go to the QRZ page and just click the first link in my bio. So if you go to the bio, you can click the first picture, and it will say, click on the picture if you see that we are currently live streaming, and then it will bring you right away to the live stream. So that's basically what you can do to get to the live stream. I hope this answers your question there, Mark. Over.
No problem. How long have you been live streaming tonight? How long is the live stream tonight?
Yeah. I'll. Do you also do the live stream, over?
Yeah, you said no cut. How long is your live stream? It's okay, cut. So look up on CRZ. You will find your CRZ and have a look at the live stream on.
Yeah, well, I probably continue to the live stream another half an hour or something, like about maybe a little longer. You know, it's only 20:43 here local time, and I might be live streaming another half an hour or something. I'm not sure. So maybe a little longer. I just see how the propagation goes from here, Mark. But yeah, if you want to do any tests, what I do in general when I finish the live stream, I just let the live stream roll on. And people who want to do some tests with their gear or try out another antenna, whatever, they can just use the live stream for testing purposes. So it's always quite interesting if you need to do some test or audio, because it's a direct input from my DT software into the YouTube system. So there is no mucking around with any kind of capturing software or whatever. So it's just straight into the YouTube. Okay, Mark, thanks a lot. I really appreciate coming back to the call. It's been a great pleasure to meet you for the first time, mate. And I hope the live stream gives you the opportunity to have a little bit of a check on how it sounds. Mike 0, Oscar Victor Kilo from Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. Over.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. So we'll go and relaunch my YouTube. I'll go to YouTube and I will watch your live stream there. Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot, Mike 0, Oscar Victor Kilo 73, have a good evening.
Yeah, I also have a little bit of a problem sometimes with the Scottish accent there, Mark. So you get the nice Scottish accent. I like it, I love it, but sometimes it's a little bit difficult for non-native English-speaking people. 73s, take care, Mark. Mike 0 Oscar Victor Kilo ON7 Oscar Fox Fox.
Okay, 73, have a good evening.
Have a good evening, 73s. Any other station? This is Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot in Brussels. Good evening.
Yeah, Germany number 8 Kilo Papa Denmark, yourself.
Germany 8 Kilo Papa Denmark. How you doing, Brian? Nice to meet you again. Boy, it's been what is it, 5 months, something like that, 6 months that we haven't. No, 7 months. Yeah, okay, there you are. How you doing, mate? Last time we spoke was on 40 meters, Brian. So nice to hear you on 80 meter. It's a new band for us. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger, you're coming in beautifully. You're 5/9+20. Quite accuracy in the signal and nice audio there, Kurt. And congratulations on the YouTube channel. I spent many hours looking through the Hermes Lake. So I'm now a convert to Hermes Lake. I've actually bought one, and I'm trying to get through the maze of the Cetus setup. And your YouTube videos have been very helpful to navigate me through that, correct?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think I try to make it as understandable as possible. I just look it from a perspective of somebody who has never used the Hermes Lite, who has never played around with the TT software, and I try to just navigate quickly sometimes, maybe too quick. But yeah, I don't want to make the videos too long either, and I try to make people become an expert in the use of the TT software together with the Hermes Lite. There is a few more videos that are coming, and as you can see on the live stream, I'm not sure if you're with me on the live stream, but you can see that the layout is different. It's because I'm using the newest version with the new layout. And yeah, I think it's a complicated software. It takes a long time before you actually get used to it. But if you have somebody who can guide you around and tell what this is doing, what is that doing, how you should set up the audio and everything, you are going to get to the goal much faster than just learning it by yourself by trial and error. So it's easy that way. So yeah, thank you also for being on my YouTube channel. And are you using the HL2 at the moment there, Brian? Over?
No, unfortunately not. No, I'm using an iPhone 7700, so I think so. Hardly any software driving this particular rig. But yeah, during the week, probably on Thursday, my friend and I will be modifying the Hermes Lite for pure signal, doing the simple mod with the jack socket on the back of it.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, that's what I've done. I soldered a little SMA female connector on the back of the HL2, and it works. It works fine. I'm currently using the VK amp pure signal system, but I could eventually also use the one that I built myself. I have it right in front of the screen now. So this one here is the one that I made myself, and it is relatively easy to make it. So if you have the schematic, and I'm not an expert in electronics at all, so but I've been able to make it, and it seems to work. So if I can do it, you can probably do it as well. So it's not a big thing. But yeah, I try to make a lot of things myself, build a lot of things myself, and it's the pleasure that when you have made something, that it seems to work fine, and you feel proud. So, and I think it's also what you have because of the Hermes Lite that comes as a kit. So people who own a HL2, I think because they have to assemble the radio and then what you can get out of it, I think it makes them proud by default just because you had to do something to make it work. But yeah, very pleased to have you in the HL2 family. I think there's a lot of people right now purchasing the HL2. I don't know if it's because of my videos but it's also because the community just grows exponentially. I think like more and more people are using the radio, and they hear other stations using the HL2. They're completely surprised about the audio quality that it produces. And also one factor is just the price. You know, where can you buy a SDR radio that has all these capabilities like an Anan for just the price of under the €400 mark? So that's absolutely a very good value for your money. So that's why I think it's becoming quite important. And I had some communication, I had some emails back and forth with Maker Fabs, and they tell me that the sales is really going up with the Hermes Lite. I just asked them a question regarding the sourcing of the processors, because as you might know or not, the processors were used generally in broadband routers back in the year 2012, 2013, 2014. But they stopped manufacturing this particular processor. And they didn't tell me the details, but they said they have enough stock now. So apparently they have enough stock to continue to support the build of the HL2, so which is a very good news. So it means that a lot of more people will probably come on board. Back to you there, Brian. Golf 8 Kilo Papa Delta from Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. Over.
Roger, Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot, Golf 8 Kilo, Papa Delta returning. Yeah, very interesting. Excellent value for money, and certainly for an entry level into SDR, it's a very, very attractive rig. And yeah, the Anan and the Flex are beautiful radios, but at quite a significant outlay. So anyone who just wants to dip the toe in the water and give it a try, that tempted me in. There's one came up second hand. The guy had actually went big sale and bought an Anan. So the Hermes was surplus requirement. So yeah, I couldn't resist trying it and giving it a go. So the expansion board is I actually don't have anything other than the standard board with a filter. I've looked at the I/O board and I'm not really sure whether it's worth it yet or not. But I have made an external sequential switching unit to switch over amplifier, and I'm very minded to put it in one box and reduce all the interconnects there. So I've got one question for you. My friend D4ICR, who only lives about a kilometre from me, he's got a Hermes Lite. He got his before mine. You know, he's the one why I spent the money getting some more equipment. And yeah, he's got a problem with on 10 meters in a reasonably high RF field. He gets reverberation on the signal on 10, but running into the dummy load, he doesn't get it. So have you come across any RFI problems with it?
Well, I have experienced RFI issues with my setup in Thailand. The reason is simple. The antenna that I was using in October is a 6-element tri-bander, so it's 2 active elements on every band. And it was a temporary setup. I had the one section of the tower that I put next to the fence, and I set it up, and I had the antenna at maybe a distance of less than 4 or 5 meters from the shack. And the problems that I was having is more like dropped frames on the VAC. So I did have a lot of dropped frames, and the audio went completely corrupt when you started to transmit, especially on 10 meters. So apparently, if you go higher in the HF band, you're more vulnerable to have RFI feedback into the setup. So I managed to actually circumvent the issue by adding a few ferrite rings and coil everything up around that, and also placing the shack just a little further from the antenna. So I use about 300 watts over there. So the phenomena was very simple. When you start to TX, you started to have these dropped frames, and the receive was also gibberish after you unkeyed, because some packet loss was done, and some packets were queued up, and then it was not working correctly. So the only way to make things work again was just to unkey, eventually just choose another output device and revert back to the standard output device, and then the receive was back to normal. So I was mentioning this in my last video on YouTube. That was the phenomena that I experienced. So yeah, it might be RFI. Coiling up things might just solve the issue. I think if he can get a few ferrite rings and coil up the UTP cable, that would probably solve some issues. Have a shielded UTP cable is also one of the solutions. Have a shorter UTP cable, that would be also good, because the longer it is, the more RFI it can capture. But yeah, of course, an SDR radio that has RFI issues, or a setup that has RFI issues, is not easy to debug. It's not like a normal radio, because if you have a normal setup, you will probably face audio issues, but here you might have dropped frames and all this kind of weird phenomena that might just pop up when you start to transmit. So that's my advice. I think just have a look at it, that he can eventually just coil up around things, and eventually, if possible, move the shack a little bit further away from the antenna. Back to you there, Brian, and also maybe just do a test with low power. That will also indicate if there is RFI in the equation. Back to you, Brian. Golf 8 Kilo Papa Delta. This is Oscar, November 7, Oscar, Foxtrot, over.
Roger, Oscar, November 7, Oscar, Foxtrot, Golf 8 Kilo Papa Delta. You hit the nail on the head there, Kurt, definitely, because he runs a 3-element beam, and it's pointing, his garden at the rear rises, so the garden more or less comes up area level, any level with the shack. So when he's beaming, he's right in the RF path, so the shack's going to get an awful lot of absorption. So it's definitely the case. But on the lower band, certainly that's not a problem. But it's only on 10 meter band he got that. So yes, it's definitely RF cutting in. I'm not sure if there's any particular port on the Hermes flight that's particularly sensitive, but I'm still minded to put mine in a case anyway. It just reduced the number of interconnects on the shack bench. On the sampler side, I've looked at your sampler. It looks very much like one that I had all the parts for, which was I don't know if you've seen another YouTube channel called TRX Lab, but there's a guy on there come up with a nice sampler to protect the spectrum analyzer, and it's a similar design to yours. I do have a VK amp one, which is really nice and tidy, and when I looked at the photographs before I purchased it, I worked out what the coaxial line actually was, and it's Teflon shielded. And it's special order cable, Kurt, that costs an eye-watering figure. I think you could probably buy an Anan for a reel of it.
Yeah, QSL, yeah. Well, the VK amp, compared to the one that you have seen, the TRX lab guy who is building, is equally efficient. So you don't see much. I don't see any difference at all. So I have to turn the potentiometer on the homebrew sampler all to the left, so turn it down completely, and I see my TX attenuator going to the same levels as what I can get from the VK 3 amp sampler. So that means that it's doing more or less the same amount of attenuation, which is probably about 55 dB. So that's something that I figured out with mine. So in all the different videos that I see regarding the build of the sampler that TRX Labs was building, it didn't really mention what was the maximum power that it can handle. But apparently, I'm using the OM Power 2000 Plus, and I get about more or less 1.2, 1.5, even up to 2 kilowatts out, and it seems to work fine. I'm not hitting the ceiling of 31 dB of attenuation, the automatic attenuation within the TT software. So that means that it can handle it easily. I get about 27, 28 dB, but I have a supplemental 6 dB attenuator on the SMA connector. So that's something I want to specify. And that's doing it fine. So with the 6 dB, which is very inexpensive, I think it's a couple of euros to get it, and you can buy it on AliExpress as an extra little SMA that you just screw on the output of the SMA connector on the Hermes Light, and from there on you have your SMA cable that goes to the sampler. So that's what I've done. Because I knew I was hitting, even with the VK amp, I was hitting the ceiling of how far the automatic TX attenuator could go. So I knew that I needed some extra attenuation for the sampler to work correctly together with the Hermes Light. So that's something I want to point out. But yeah, regarding the friend there, just keep in mind, that's the most important thing. To keep in mind what happens, the phenomena that I'm describing is that when he goes into TX mode, he starts to talk and he will see some drop frames. So you will have, under the VAC icon or button, under the VAC button on the front end of TTIS, you will have these little red and green dots that appear. These indicate that there are lost frames or lost packets in the communication between the TT software and the Hermes Light. If this starts to pop up when he starts to increase his power, that's a very good indication that there is indeed some RFI happening. So, and that's the best way to determine and to isolate the issue. So I think he will be able to figure it out somehow. And yeah, just shielding, coiling up a few things might just do wonders. It might just resolve the issue permanently or maybe temporarily unless he goes over a certain threshold with power. Okay, back to you there, Brian. Golf 8 Kilo Papa Delta from Oscar, November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, over.
Yeah, Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Golf 8 Kilo Papa Delta returning. Yeah, many thanks for the tips, much appreciated, and I'll certainly pass that on Friday. Just as a final, I've taken up a lot of the time. There's probably been a queue wanting to work you there, Kurt, so I'll not take up too much airtime. But I did do a spectrum sweep on the VT amps one, and I'm almost getting a flat 51 dB isolation on the takeoff, over.
Yeah, I think so. I should check the specs, but if you want to know if the sampler is sufficient for, what you have to do is just keep, you go with low power, you start with low power and you will increment your power slowly, and then you will see the TX attenuator in the front end going to adjust automatically as you're going to adjust the power output, okay? And when you get to the TX attenuation, the automatic TX attenuation when you transmit is going to increment, and it will reach a plateau. The maximum it can reach is 31 dB. So if you reach and get to the 31 dB, it means that you do not have sufficient attenuation for the current setup that you have. So then you need to add a small SMA attenuator you can buy and purchase easily on AliExpress or on internet somewhere. So it's going to resolve the issue. But if you hit the floor, if you hit the ceiling, if you are at 31 dB, automatically it goes to 31. It means that the input is too high. So you might damage eventually the Hermes Light. So keep that in mind. But you cannot damage if you start from a low power and then you increment your power slowly, and you see that the TX attenuator, when you are in transmit mode and you're using pure signal, if that one is not going up to 31 dB, you're okay. It can be 28, can be 27, can be 29, but don't let it go up to 31. So that means you need an extra attenuator. That's how I did it, and this is the best way you can eventually just find out if your sampler is sufficient for your setup. Back to you there, Brian. Over.
Yeah, cheers. Yes. I'll take that on board, and that's certainly the way to test it. Only can run. I can run a kilowatt here, and my friend Keith can run. He can run probably a kilowatt as well. It's going to make on 1,000, I suppose. If it was running full power, that would be a kilowatt output. I could probably put it to watch 1.2 at this end, but that would be exceeding the license agreement. And Roger, on the attenuators, yes, I've got a phase selection of attenuators so that I do some work on the higher band. Up to what's I've just actually sold a 3.4 gig transverter setup, and the golden rule with every kind of piece of test gear or sensitive equipment is any RF input port, always put an attenuator in line. One, it makes sure that the equipment sees 50 ohms, and whatever the source is, it's going to see 50 ohms. So if nothing else than providing that extra piece of protection, it means that you've got a nice impedance patch. Over.
Yeah, QSL, yeah, because many people, they do not understand fully how the pure signal works, and this is why I had that video on the YouTube channel to explain how it actually works. Because I even personally didn't realize that pure signal was automatically built into the device itself. So if you do not have a sampler, you can still use pure signal, but it's not going to really adjust the how could I say, the output signal correctly if you're using an amplifier. So it's just going to sense the RF that's within the enclosure of the Hermes Lightbox, and that's where it's going to get the information from when you're not using an external sampler. So, but yeah, I think it's a very interesting video, especially the pure signal, and also the one that before where I explained how my settings are. So keep in mind, I think it's version number 6. I think the video, I renamed all the different videos in the playlist to be a little bit more, catchy for YouTube. And I think the one that I'm referring to is the one that where I sell good or where I explain good audio. So there you can actually find my audio settings that I'm using with the FDUCE microphone that I'm using right now. So you can see how it sounds. Okay, Brian, it's been a great pleasure to hear you, mate. I'm very happy that you are on board, and maybe somewhere in the future, I'm planning to make a schedule for all the people using the Hermes Light coming together, and we will do some experiment with the Hermes Light. Maybe we can all just join together on a specific frequency somewhere, and maybe go very wide in bandwidth for testing purposes, like 5K or even 7K wide, just to do some testing. That would be also a great little get together with all the HL2 users, mate. Pleased to meet you. It's been a great conversation. I hope it was also, how could I say, educational for you. But pleased to make the contact here again after, what is it, 6-7 months, mate. Golf 8 Kilo Papa Delta from Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot QSL.
Yeah, Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot Golf 8 Kilo Papa Delta, returning you. Thanks for that chat. Yeah, much appreciated for the advice, and yeah, keep the YouTube going. I'll be either taking screenshots or taking manual notes of the settings, so it makes life a lot easier. 75 years young and still learning there, Kurt. Anyway, best 73s to you. You take care, keep safe, and hope to work you soon. 73s.
Yeah, QSL, Brian. If you have any suggestions of new videos that I should feature, just let me know. Once I know if I can use the companion board together with the I/O board, I'll probably purchase one and put it into my Hermes Light and try diversity and talk about it as well, because it might be an interesting feature that has not been covered by any means on internet. So I think it would be interesting to also get some knowledge about it, and on the field knowledge by just having it in my HL2. 73s, Brian. Golf 8 Kilo Papa Delta from ON7 OFF. Good luck.
Yep, 73, take that.
73s. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. We are standing by.
Lima Bravo 7, Echo Japan.
Lima Bravo 7, go ahead, over.
It's Lima Bravo 7, Echo Japan, Echo Juliet, over.
Yeah, okay, QSL Norway. How are you doing, Björn? Lima Bravo 7, Echo Juliet from Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot from the capital city of Belgium. 5 and 8, 5 and 9 is your report here in Belgium. Go ahead, Björn, over.
Yeah, good evening, Chuck. You're also 5859. There's strong QSD that you're loud and clear and you can have that. My GPS is 50 kilometers per hour, so back to normal. Nearly from capital to capital. This is Lima Bravo 7, I showed you that, up to OM7OFF.
Yeah, QSL, nice to hear you, Björn. It's a great pleasure to hear Norway. We don't hear Norway often on 80 meters, so it's great to have some voices coming out of your heck of the woods there, mate. I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance for the first time. I don't have you in my logbook, Björn. I hope everything is okay with you. I do have my antenna, which is sloping down to the eastern-western direction, so you probably are about 90 degrees off the side of the antenna. So the signal isn't too strong, but I have you in the clear. I'm also doing a live stream, so as we are speaking, you are also live on YouTube. So if you type in my call sign, you will be able to get to the YouTube channel. Back to you there, Björn. Lima Bravo 7, Echo Juliet from Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, over.
Okay, I turned up the amplifier at the moment, so I think I'm running about with the 700 watts. Maybe that's a bit better signal on your side. I'm using a DX Commander vertical there for the lower bands like the APM. Or maybe even 160, but that's a lot of space you need, and you need the trees on the right place. So at the farm where I live, I have the space, but I don't have tall structures that could actually be used. So that sloper of yours, is that connected to one last pole in the middle church? This is Lima Bravo 7, Echo Juliet, back to on 7 off.
Yeah, okay, QSL. I just turned on my power a little bit, so if you see an increase in power, it's normal. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, it's just a dipole. It's just sloping down from what is it, about, let's say, about 12 meters high. It's in a tree. I had some issues. I had a bad SWR, and I figured out that there is I got a balloon 1/1 that is connected between the switch box that I have made myself and the antenna, and that cable was faulty. So I changed the cable, and now it works. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't come here on 80 meters for a long time. I have a question. I turned on the secondary amplifier. Is there any deterioration in my audio report? I just wonder, because I heard that some people noticed some scratching noise with the amplifier, the secondary amplifier in line. So I just want to know if this is resolved. So back to you there, Mr. Where are you? There you are. We'll go back to you there, Björn, over.
Well, the audio was fine, Kurt. No problem with the audio. You're deteriorating a bit on the end there, but I think that's just because you forgot my name. But anyway, looking at your QRZ page, yeah, well, let's see if you're live, and you are. Well, that's cool. So I'll have to go back now.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah. Okay. I hope I'm not doubling.
Well, anyway, you're quite a strong signal into Norway, but so yeah, I'll hand the microphone over to you.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, Bjorn, I'm actually also live streaming, so you can have a listen to the conversation after we finish and see how you sound. I just switched to the AI receive filter, so I'm using the Hermes Lite here, HL2 with about 600, 700 watts at the moment, and the antenna is just an inverted V dipole, yeah, I'm live streaming as we speak, so, and this is why some people, they just pop up here as well because they want to be on the live stream. But great stuff, Bjorn. It's been a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'll log you down here in my logbook, and I'm looking forward to eventually maybe make a contact on other bands. I'm also active often from my secondary QTH in Thailand. And I think with the spider beam that you have for the hex beam, we'll probably be able to make the conversation from my other home QTH there. So thanks a lot. It's been a great pleasure to hear you tonight there, Bjorn. And thank you very much coming back to my call. Lima Bravo 7, Echo Juliet from Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, over.
Okay, thank you for taking my call, Kurt, and we'll speak again later. So 73 and bye-bye.
73 is Bjorn, take care. Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, listening. CQ on 80, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot. We are standing by, over. Okay, on one last call, Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, QRZ. Again? Okay, 2 Echo 0 Whiskey Papa Lima. Nice to hear you tonight. Very pleased to meet you there, Peter. This is Kurt, Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango. That's the operator name. And the QTH is down south in the capital city of Belgium, in Brussels. Peter, go ahead. 2 Echo 0 Whiskey Papa Lima from Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, over. Yeah, okay. A lot of noise coming along, but yeah, we have a copy on the DX10 there. No problem. Very good. I'm using the HL2 and roughly about 600 watts on the inverted V dipole for 80 meters, using the OM Power 2000 Plus as my amplifier. And yeah, you were a little bit stronger, but the QSB is kicking off, so I'm starting to lose your signal, Peter. So maybe there is also a difference in power that I'm using in yourself, so it's a little bit more tricky with me. And I have a high ground floor noise here. I don't know what's the cause. I need to investigate, but very high ground floor noise. Peter, I'll keep it short just because of the fact that your signal is not so strong. So pleased to meet you. And I just want to report that you're 5 and 7 to 5 and 8 here in Belgium. So that's your report for the logbook. 2 Echo 0 Whiskey Papa Lima. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Florida, Florida, over.
700 watts. No problem. Send the tree, take care. See you soon. I'll be a job all day.
73, good luck. Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot. We are standing by. Okay, I'm gonna just move the dial, see if I can hear anything special on the band. Join me with the little travel on the 80 meter, see what's happening, and maybe we'll see something. One moment, I'll just move the dial. Maybe I might just go to 20 meters after that, so see what's happening over there.
Okay, kiisikalla. Je quitte cette page, voilà.
Okay, habe nu Golf India. Pressione nella ionosfera, ma vai per direttissimo. Ecco che
Ich nehme an, das waren noch alte Größen.
houden totdat hij weer terugschiet naar de frequentie.
Okay, I'll move to the 20 meter. Apparently, propagation into United Kingdom at this time of the day isn't very great, so we'll see what happens on 20. So join me on 20 meter, guys. Kilo Juliet 5 India. Maybe we can hear each other over there, mate. I'll have the antenna pointed towards North America.
Victor Alpha Charlie, Steve in England. We have Golf Mike 7, Alpha November Echo, William in Scotland. We have Victor. Charlie Foxtrot, I know there's more, but they were very light.
Okay, let me see. Is this frequency in use, please? Over. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use, please? Over. One more time. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Over, over. Okay, nothing heard. So QRZ DX, QRZ, QRZ. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, calling from Brussels in Belgium. This is Oscar November number 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, calling CQ on 20 meters and standing by. Over. CQ on 20, CQ 20, CQ on 20 meters, CQ 20, calling 20 meter, calling CQ, CQ. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, calling. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, calling CQ20 and listening.
924 Bravo Mike.
Come again?
924 Bravo Mike.
9 Zulu 4 Bravo Mexico. How you doing? Trinidad and Tobago. How you doing there, Leon? This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. Go ahead, over.
Yeah, Roger. 5858 Anthony Caribbean, yeah, Trinidad, okay?
Yeah, QSL, let me turn the beam towards you there, Leon, because I'm currently beaming a little bit way to the north. Nice to meet you. Kurt here, Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango, and you are 5x8, 59 in Belgium. Very nice copy on you. Go ahead, Leon, over.
Yeah, okay, that's good. No problem. Yeah, 5 and 8, 5 and 9. Yeah, just turn my antenna a little more towards you. So you're 5 and 9. No problem. Yeah, just 100 watts there, okay?
Yeah, Leon, okay. I think we've spoken before. I don't have you in my logbook, but I have a feeling that we have spoken before. Your voice sounds familiar to me. Do you come from the other band, over?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all over the place, over.
Oh, then you will know immediately who I am. Do you remember Brussels Repeater, HI, over?
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. Rings a bell and I don't remember, over.
Yeah, I remember there was a video with Bob there in the US who made the video that time. So I'm the guy who was doing that. So hey, you made it here as well. So pleased to hear you over here, Leon. That's a big surprise for me. So I'm very happy to hear you over here as well, mate. Over.
Yeah, I've been licensed since 1996, but I still enjoy being here, there, and everywhere. It's a really nice hear you here on 20 meters. Good, over.
Yeah, QSL, yeah. It brings up all the memories, with Peter there in Florida, and we had. I think you also spoke with Eddie in Australia. If you don't, probably you remember. So wow, that's a surprise of the day for me, mate. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Alrighty, no problem, man. Yeah, we have a nice little setup here running a GXP 13 element up at 85 feet. And 3 elements active here on 20 meters, 10, 15, 20, and 2 elements here on 40. So I'm here, there, and everywhere, like I said, there, good, man.
Yeah, QSL. What a small world, isn't it, Leon? What a small world. I got licensed 4 years ago, mate. I did the big step during the COVID crisis when everybody was were supposed to be sitting at home. I didn't want the time to go to waste. So during the COVID period and the lockdowns, I started to learn for the ticket. And once everything started to open up, the very first exam that they organized, I was the first one entering the door to do the exam. So, and that's where I got licensed in August 2020. So there you are. Very pleased to have you amongst, to have you here on 20 meter and, still bringing up very nice memories. So great that this is a fantastic conversation for me, mate. I'm very happy because, was it yourself or somebody else who documented the video on YouTube? So I watched that video 100 times, mate. Go ahead, over.
Oh yeah, 07 OFF 9 at 4 p.m. Yeah, good. I think I did a video. And I think somebody else did a video there. I was, was really interested. Was really interested in a lot of forces in operation. All part of the economy, trying out different stuff there, guys.
Yeah, QSL. I'm actually live streaming as we speak, Leon. So it's also live on YouTube. But I just wanted to point out that was a very memorable, and very nice memory, very good, because it was quite new. Nobody did what I did at that time. So, I've always been fascinated to combine old and new technologies together. So that's amazing. So very great stuff, mate, and I really appreciate that you did that. You know, back in what was it, maybe like 10 years ago? I'm not sure. It's been a while. So yeah, I hope everything is okay with you. I'm running here a Hermes Light number 2 with about 6, 7, 800 watts on the antenna. And the antenna has a 2-element cubical quad that is at an altitude of about 45 feet. So, and it's pointing towards Trinidad and Tobago at the moment, mate. But yeah, that's great. I'm so happy. And yeah, I was recognizing your voice right away. There is no way to hide it. You have a very typical voice. So there you are, Leon. 9 Zulu 4 Bravo Mexico ON7 OFF, over.
Okay, yeah, good. ON7 OFF 9 4 p.m. Yeah, everybody tells me that my voice cannot hide. I've met a lot of people here on different bands there, and before they hear my call sign, they just say, "Hey, Leon, is that you?" So I cannot hide it, good.
Yeah, well, you know, you got a pretty sharp voice, right? So it's very recognizable. So yeah, that's good. That's good. So it's still the same bloke. That's for sure. So that's a surprise. Very happy with that. You know, sometimes you meet people that you've met like 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, you know. I think most of the guys who are on here, most of the guys who have been, you know, licensed, who have been who have to deal with radio, they probably got it from their youth. So we probably all share the same age or older people. But yeah, that's fascinating. So yeah, very good, mate. And I didn't expect to have anybody coming back to me because the band seems to be pretty flat. I know there is a check-in going on 247. These were the only guys I was actually hearing here on 20 meter. So how is everything with you, mate? How is health? How is family? Everything okay? So you're still doing fine. That's great stuff, mate. Go ahead, over.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Very, very close to retiring from my job. It's 30 years of my job, and when I retire, I'll be 31 years finished. And radio is a big part of my life. If you look at my Curiosity page, you'll see what I mean. Doing a lot of antennas. Use a lot of the software for designing, then I go build it, and just recently did took down a tower. So one of the very few guys, if not the only guy here in Trinidad who installs and takes down towers and build antennas from scratch.
Yeah, QSL, and I see you're also into satellite communication, or maybe Earth to Moon Earth. I'm not sure, because I can see the antennas. This is something I haven't done yet, so I think I'll probably stick to this kind of communication with satellites and EME communication in the future when the band just closes down, when the propagation cycle gets close to it's the end of the peak. So that might be a very interesting subject for me as well. So yeah, just that 2.5 second lag when you transmit, and you might just hear your own voice coming back because the distance is just remarkable. Fantastic, very happy, Leon. That's that. You know, you probably still remember Eddie in Australia, right? 461. I'll just tell him that I've spoken with you. He's gonna be happy, and I'll tell him greetings from Leon. He probably remembers you as well. You probably remember him as well. So I'm gonna pass him the greetings. It's the first subject I'm gonna touch on when I talk with him over the Zello, because I still use Zello on a regular basis, mate. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I remember Eddie. I remember him there, so no problem. I'm not sure. I don't think I have my WhatsApp number. I think I may have, not have my WhatsApp number in my Curiosity. But you can always send me an email, and again, if you're interested, I can always send back my WhatsApp number there and whatnot there. So yeah. Alrighty, let me run off. I'll be listening to you for a little bit here. Yeah, I heard you guys on 247, and just been avoiding a long band here, seeing you. So it's a good thing there. I heard you calling and answered you there. Good.
Yeah, QSL, you haven't been there for a long time, so I just stick to the handbands, and I'm happy here. Meet a lot of very interesting people. So that's what's happening with me, but that's good. It's always a pleasure to meet up with old friends, and surprises on the band. This is something that is remarkable, especially if you know each other for such a long time. So a sad story about Peter. You probably remember Peter there in Florida. He got hit with the COVID, so that was also quite impressive for me, because I've been friends with him for a long time. Okay, Leon, thank you so much for the nice conversation. I really appreciate, and it's been a great pleasure to hear you tonight there, mate. 9 Zulu 4 Bravo Mexico. This is Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. Very easy to remember call sign. Just think of an on-off switch there, Leon. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what keeps in my mind there when I heard you call them. Alright, good. You have fun here. Like I said, I'll be listening for a little bit. I just had to run out the radio room for just 2 minutes and get back here. And one of the things I enjoy doing, if not rapturing on the band, is just listening to call sign, pop it into QRC, and see who is doing what all time. So I'm always interested in antennas, and it's amazing sometimes what I find on some people QRC page there with antennas. So it's something I enjoy, and when I retire early next year, I have some projects that I'd really like to try out.
Yeah. Okay.
All the time get some interesting stuff for it, yeah. Alrighty, good. Thanks a lot, and hope to meet up with you soon again, and we will catch up soon. It's OFF 9Z4BM, over.
Yeah, QSL 9Z4BM from Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. Very pleased to hear you, mate. It's been a great pleasure, and you have an enjoyable day. Thanks a lot for the contact. It really makes my day. You're just making my day. I cannot forget your call sign, and I cannot forget also the good memories that you bring back just having this conversation. 73's there, Leon. 9 Zulu 4 Bravo Mexico from Oscar November 7 Oscar Fox Fox. Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm good. Bye-bye.
Check. Oscar November 7 Oscar Fox Fox. We're standby. Oscar November 7 Oscar Florida Florida, calling and listening on 20. Band is in bad shape.
Thunder, X-ray Tango. I don't know. I'd have to put you in my log here, and I'm not very good at multitasking. I'll just.
Não se preocupa que a gente. Bom.
I have worked a lot of islands over the years that are off the coast of Africa, and they count as Africa, but they weren't actually on the coast.
Get it off here in a minute or two. Indiana, so your call, Mark.
Okay, thank you. Victor Echo 9 Charlie Foxtrot. Victor Yankee 2. A little while ago, across the bridge, so yeah, just regular Victor Echo 9 Charlie Foxtrot.
Okay, guys, I think I'll leave the live stream as it is. So thanks for tuning in. It's been a great pleasure to have you amongst me with the live chat. Hopefully the propagation will pick up from here, and if it picks up, I'll definitely make another live stream meeting here and see if we can do it from ON7 OFF 73s, and we're QRT. And thanks for tuning in.